If someone observed your actions, where would they think that your priorities are? Honestly, the actions I've been taking day in and day out don't align with the person who I want to become. So for the next 60 days, I'm giving my all to cultivating habits that stick. It's not easy, it's messy, but it's necessary. This whole challenge isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up for myself every single day, no matter what. And I want to encourage you to do the same. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, I'm Christina. In this video, we are going to be taking a look at what the first week of my 60-day lock-in challenge has looked like. The goal of this challenge is simple. By New Year's, I want to have stronger habits, real consistency, and discipline that sticks. So for these next 60 days, I'm going to be building the foundation for the person that I want to be going into the New Year's. So let's get into the video. So in my last video, I shared with you guys that I created this habit tracker where I was going to be tracking the progress on the habits that I want to be implementing for the next 2 months. So that is here. This is how the first week went. So it might be kind of hard to take anything away just by looking at this first glance. So let's dig a little bit deeper into what this actually means. So on the left, those are the habits that I am instilling for the next 2 months. And every check mark that you see are the days that I successfully completed that habit. Some things I did better at than others, you know, and that's a given, like that's always gonna be the case. Making my bed, the reason I put this on here is because it's an easy win. I already make my bed almost every day. It's rare that I don't do that. So the reason that I put this on here is I can start my day off with something that I know I'm gonna do, and when I can check that off, it already feels like I'm winning, you know? It just keeps that momentum going so that hopefully throughout the day, it makes me more motivated to want to complete other things on the list. So that's something that clearly, you know, I didn't have a problem doing. Positive affirmations. This is a hit or miss one for me because some days I'm really excited to do my affirmations, and some days I don't like talking out loud. Like, is that weird? Like, I'm not the type of person, and I have a lot of friends that talk out loud to themselves. I'm not that person. Like, if there's nobody around me, I will be silent and I'll just talk in my head the whole day. So really getting used to myself, like, speaking out loud and saying, like, affirmations to myself is definitely something that I need to get used to. For the gym, this has been the easy one. I have gone to the gym for 5 days a week for the last, I want to say, month. So I've been pretty consistent at that. 4 hours a day of screen time is definitely a challenge just because it's hard to differentiate between leisure time and work time on my phone. So it's kind of hard to limit my phone use throughout the day. And that's definitely something I'm still trying to tweak and figure out how I can stick to this. So for planning the next day, the reason why I struggled with this one is because this is very broad. This is not specific at all. Like, what does that mean? Does that mean, okay, write down your top three priorities for the next day? Does this mean lay out your clothes for the next day? One thing that I realized that I did not do a good job on at this tracker is being specific, because some days I'm like, well, I kind of did this, so does that mean I check it off? Other days I'm like, well, I did this, so should I check it off? Very vague, not very specific. So that's what we're gonna do next, is we're gonna restructure this because this needs a lot of work. So drinking half a gallon of water, I have definitely struggled with that. And I'm glad that I have this on here because it's definitely something that I need to be way more way more aware of, and having it on here reminds me that that's something that I should be doing. Getting ready for the day is definitely something that has been very helpful for me, and I'm glad I also have this on here because it reminds me that I need to do that as well. When it says taking vitamins, I need to take this off because that's also something that is like a small win because I do it every day, but I feel like the goal of this isn't to do things that I'm already used to doing. I feel like the goal of this is to push myself to do things that might take a little extra nudge and more focus to actually complete it. So I need to take that off because I already have one small win with making my bed. I don't need 2 on here. Waking up at the same time, this one was my biggest struggle because it's something about my bed. I love a nice cozy bed when the room is cold and everything, and I can just cuddle up in my blankets. So this has been something that's very challenging to me. And when I rework this whole thing, you're gonna see kind of my plan on how to make this more clear and easier to do. And 3 hours of deep work, once again, this is not specific at all, and I think that's another reason why I haven't checked it off a lot, because it's like, what counts as deep work? Is my 9 to 5, is that deep work? Because that really shouldn't count because that's something I have to do. So we're about to rework this and just make it way more specific so I know exactly what I need to be doing, because this is way too broad, way too generalized, and we just need to tweak this a little bit. And a perfect example of how I know this is not working is because if you see on Thursday, everything is checked off. Because I technically did everything on this list, but for some reason, I still did not feel accomplished that day at all. I left that day feeling like there were things that I was supposed to do today that I just didn't do. And even checking all these things off, I felt like something was missing. So that shows me I just need to restructure this, make things more specific so I know exactly what I need to be focusing on and when. So we're just about to start editing this. And I think, like I said earlier, making my bed is definitely something that is a small win. I'm gonna just make it a little bit more specific and say make my bed first 5 minutes of waking up. And I feel like that's more specific because sometimes I'll wake up and then do it like 20 minutes later or 30 minutes later or after I go to the gym. And I think if that's the first thing that I do, it's just laying the groundwork for a great day. So I'm just gonna make that way more specific because clearly just making my bed is way too easy. So let's make it a little bit more challenging. Positive affirmations. This is also very, see, now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't even put real habits. I didn't even put full sentences on here. I just put like positive affirmations. Like, what does that mean? Like, so I'm realizing, okay, maybe I should have been way more specific in the beginning, but we're fixing it now. So instead of just positive affirmations, I'm going to put write or say 5 positive affirmations before bed or in the morning. And the reason why I'm saying write or say is because I feel like saying them in my head, maybe it counts, but I want to say them out loud so I can hear myself say it, or I want to write it down so I can see it on paper. Like, I just want to make it out in the open. And I noticed that when I did this, I felt better automatically. But I didn't do that every day. I wouldn't say it out loud every day. If I was like lazy, I'd be like, say it in my head real quick so I can check it off. And we're not doing that. We're not taking the easy way out. We're gonna do the whole thing as it's intended to be done. So yeah, write or say 5 positive affirmations before bed or in the morning. And I feel like in the morning means like either before work or before I go to the gym. And for 5 days of the gym, I'm really gonna keep this the same because I feel like there's really not much I need to change about this. I don't want to say go to the gym in the morning or go to the gym in the evening because I realize that flexibility is good for me. Some days I do better going to the gym in the morning. Some days I do better doing it in the evening. I feel like if I make it way too specific, it's going to make me feel more discouraged if I don't do it at the exact time. And I think it's more important just to feel accomplished when I go regardless of what time it is. So I'm just gonna keep that one as it is. Night routine. What does that mean? Like, I didn't even clarify what night routine means. And that's another one that's just way too vague. Like, night routine, that can mean anything. So I'm gonna like clarify this to being night routine. Let's do night routine is skincare, 15-minute yoga, and 30-minute reading or journaling. That's what a night routine should be. I feel like that's way more specific. Wait, do you guys think it's too much doing 15-minute yoga and 30-minute reading? I feel like that's a lot. I feel like those, I'm gonna say or 30-minute. Yeah, I like that. I like that because it gives me flexibility. Like, what if I don't want to do yoga that day or that night? I can like read or journal instead. I like how I have the option, but it's still doing something that's good. We're keeping that one. We're keeping that. Okay. 4 hours or less screen time. See, honestly, I don't know how to fix this one. I'm just gonna say 4 hours I'm gonna make it 3 hours of social media screen time. Yes. So instead of screen time, because that could be, I read the news on my phone. Like I said earlier, I check emails on my phone. I don't want to count that because that's like a gray area. I'm just gonna say 3 hours of social media screen time or less. Way more specific. Yeah, we're keeping that. Plan the next day. What was I talking about? Plan the next day. That could mean anything. One thing that I noticed, I have ADD and I've been going to therapy, and one thing that I realized is how I did not realize how much my ADD affects me on a day-to-day basis. This is a little tangent. basically what I realized is I don't do well if I don't plan things out. Before I used to think, okay, at least write out what you want to do the day before for the next day. And then even when I do that, it becomes a problem for me because I'm like, wait, okay, I have these things down that I'm supposed to do, but when am I supposed to do it? Or should I do this now? Should I wait until after lunch to do this? Should I do this? Like, I just need more structure so my brain knows when I'm supposed to be doing what. I need to time block more. So instead of saying plan the next day, I'm gonna say time block night before. Does that make sense? I feel like that makes sense. I feel like knowing what I have to do tomorrow and time blocking when I'm gonna do each task would be so much more helpful than me just listing tasks that I wanna do tomorrow, because I don't get things done, guys. Like, that is a big struggle for me. If I just see tasks on a piece of paper, I'm like, where do I start with this? Like, I don't even want to do this. And so I'm just gonna try this out, and then I'll update you guys and see how well it worked. Night. I think this is really gonna help me. We'll see. And then I'm gonna put also for planning the night before, I'm gonna put out set environment for next day. And what I mean by this one is, let's say I'm going to the gym in the morning. Lay out my gym clothes, or if I have work in the morning, make my lunch. I just want to place more cues of the things that I know I need to get done, so it makes it easier for me to do it the next day. Half a gallon of water, keeping that. No phone an hour before bed. I think that's pretty fair still. I think that's pretty good. I didn't stick to that much. That one was actually a really hard one for me to stick to. It's so easy for me to not be on my phone in the morning, but something about the nighttime is harder for me. Like, in the morning, I won't be on my phone. I set app limits on my phone in the morning until I want to say noon. So until noon, I can't be on like any social media, and that really helps. Like, I really don't go on social media before noon. I need to do that for the evening time too. So that way, it's gonna make it easier for me to not do that. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna do that after this. Get ready for the day, keeping that one. Vitamins. I'm gonna change this to, I'm gonna just change this one altogether because I don't see the point of this. I'm gonna put gratitude journaling, because I need to be more grateful. And I'm gonna put either nighttime or daytime. And I have a journal, so I don't need to be more specific about like, oh, what does that look like? Because I can just do the page or whatever. Wake up at same time. I'm gonna say wake up between, guys, this is bad. This one is really hard for me. Usually if I try to wake up at 7, I'll end up getting up at 7:30. So let's just say 7 is my goal, but I wanna say like between 6:30 and 7:30. That's way more specific. There's an actual time. And just, instead of just saying wake up at the same time every day, like, this is the window that I need to wake up every day. 3 hours of deep work. What does that mean, Christina? What were you thinking? Like, okay, I'm gonna say 3 hours of deep work. How do I fix this? I'm gonna say either like content, or real estate. Like, those are the things that count. Like, content work, like editing videos counts. Writing scripts counts. Real estate stuff counts. I might have to come back to this one again too, but I'm gonna just start with this and see how I do. Yeah. Okay. Well, you saw how week 1 went. Not a terrible start. Not a terrible start at all. Again, something else I forgot to say. Fridays don't count. Saturdays and Sundays don't count, because this is strictly for the work week. Because Friday nights, I don't really stick to my night routine, because let's say I go out, I'm not doing my skincare when I'm coming home at 2 a.m. I'm just not doing that. So the weekends just don't count at the moment. Maybe one day when I'm like set in my good habits, I'll incorporate the weekends. The only time the weekend counts, or the only habit the weekend counts for, is waking up at the same time, because I do really need to get my body in an active like cycle of waking up at the same time, but that's the only one. Yeah, drinking water stuff. Like the weekend, I'm very like, I'm trying to be very disciplined when it comes to healthy eating and good habits, like on the weekday. But on the weekend, I feel like that's my, like, what's it called? Like skip day or skip days. Like that's when I won't eat the healthiest, or maybe I'll drink wine or something. I feel like that's healthy because I don't want to try to give myself too much change in too short of an amount of time. So that was my little habit audit that I wanted to do with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in my next one.